You're listening to the Health Powered Productivity Podcast by RaderCo. I'm Marcey Rader, founder and chief productivity lead. This podcast's mission is to give you and your team bite-sized, time-saving, focus-boosting, health-improving tips that you can implement right away. Now, on with the show. Today is a guest episode with our RaderCo career and workplace management specialist, Helene Bumbalow. Helene is going to teach you how to use LinkedIn to connect with other professionals in your field. Several years ago, I went LinkedIn only and decided to just lean in to one social media channel, and it works great for my business, for my, what I want to do. And there are just so many things about LinkedIn that can help your professional career, with your connections, with your relationships. And you don't want to wait until you're looking for a job or looking to improve or increase your profile in, as a thought leader or in your company. You don't want to wait until you're ready to do it right then. You want to be doing it all along. And Helene's podcast is going to teach you how.
Hi, I'm Helene. I want to first thank you, Marcy, for inviting me to do this podcast. It's really my pleasure to be here. As a career coach, what I want to talk to you all about today is how to use LinkedIn as an effective tool to connect with relevant professionals in your field. And who knows, you might uncover an opportunity for your next role. These are 10 tips that I think you can systematically put in place and use on a regular basis. The first is, of course, complete and optimize your profile. You do need a well-constructed and fully filled out profile. You want a photograph of yourself with smiling eyes. You want to have a compelling headline, a well-written about section that includes your personality, not just the things that are in your resume. You want to consider LinkedIn sort of a resume plus. Be sure that you include a detailed work history and a list of your skills. These are places where the algorithm will pick up your keywords. Then you want to connect with relevant people. That's the second tip. Start with people you already know, your colleagues, even classmates from university that you attended. But you want to expand your network by reaching out to others, to alumni, perhaps people you don't know, people you've met at a conference, or professionals in roles that you aspire to. Personalize those connection requests. That's the third tip. When you reach out to somebody on LinkedIn, don't use that default message that's their connection LinkedIn message. You want to personalize that. You want to mention a shared interest or a mutual connection or a specific reason that you've read their profile and you admire their work and want to get to know them. The fourth tip is to follow and engage with influencers. So LinkedIn enables you to follow public figures and thought leaders and influencers who regularly share their insights. You can also follow companies that you're interested in, perhaps learning more about the industry that they represent, or even one day working for them. But you want to engage with their posts by liking, commenting, sharing, reposting. You want to do this so that you begin to be noticed in those same circles. 5, I want you to think about joining groups. LinkedIn has literally over 1 million groups, and these affinity groups are a great way for you to find people with similar interests and experiences. You can join groups that are in your field, but especially if you are an underrepresented minority in a particular industry or field, find others like yourself, connect, and share your knowledge and get support. Sometimes these groups even have mentorships available within them. The 6th tip is to share and publish content. You can demonstrate your expertise and your passion by regularly sharing, relevant articles or things that you've read, reposted, when you can find other news that's relevant to your field or other insights. You can also write and publish your own posts and then become a part of that thought leadership. Now, if you are just attending a conference, don't mention that you've just attended a conference or a workshop, or even if you've led a workshop or a presentation. It's not enough to just self-promote that you were there. Offer a nugget, some wisdom, some learning. That's what your post should be about, not just a picture that you were there. Number 7, participate in discussions. It's important that you really engage in conversations. This is a way to build relationships on LinkedIn, and that's what you want to do. If you're following a particular thought leader and you keep commenting on their posts or reposting their posts, others who are following that person will begin to see your comments, and you'll be noticed. And again, who notices you is even more important sometimes than who you know. Number 8, you want to make sure that you are using LinkedIn Learning if you have a premium account that's available to you. But some institutions, whether it's a higher education or even some corporations, provide LinkedIn Learning as a benefit. Find out if yours does. There are millions of classes that you can take. If you want to learn better how to use Excel spreadsheets, you can do that on LinkedIn. If you want to understand ChatGPT, you can find courses right now on LinkedIn Learning. Even if you want to just get the premium for a couple of months at $29.99, it might be worth that to take a few courses. The 9th recommendation is for you to actually ask for recommendations. This is the social proof that is so important to boost your credibility. Now, you also want to be giving recommendations, not just asking for those, but people that you've worked with, offer to write recommendations for them and ask if they would write one for you. Endorsements are a little bit different. Endorsements are not considered part of the algorithm when LinkedIn is putting points together, if you will. Anybody can give you an endorsement. Your mom can tell you that, yeah, you really are good at decision analytics, but she might not really know that. So they're not considered as important, but the recommendations certainly are. And the last point that I want to make is for you to reach out for informational interviews. If you're interested in learning maybe about a certain role or an industry, don't hesitate to reach out to someone who shares that role. Now, you've got to be careful that you're not asking for a job. You're asking for 20 minutes of their time to talk about how they did this, how they made this transition, how their career got them into this position. And many professionals will be glad to talk with you. So those are the 10 tips, but none of this works unless you are active and consistent in your participation with LinkedIn. Daily is not too much. And if you can get into a regular habit, you will definitely find there's a benefit for you to participate in this very professional #1 social media outlet. And I think that when you do this, you'll find that you're able to connect with those who are thought leaders, participate with others, and who knows, maybe land that dream job that you've got in mind. Thanks for listening, and hope you have a great day.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to take your career to the next level, check out our 3-part Career Amplifier program with Helene at www.helloraderco.com/career-amplifier. Thank you for listening to the RaderCo Health-Powered Productivity Podcast. The resources mentioned are linked in the show notes. We encourage you to check out our recommendations page on helloraderco.com/recommendations, which lists all our favorite products and services. If you found this podcast valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone you know that could benefit. If you want an eye-opening process to plan and reflect on, giving you the superpowers to see your remarkable accomplishments, experiences, and key lessons earned along the way, check out our Powered Path Playbook. It's an interactive digital course and analog tool that leverages your past and powers your future. helloraderco.com/playbook. Many of our listeners use our podcasts as discussion points for team meetings. If you want tailored team training or coaching, reach us at helloraderco.com. And lastly, if you're looking for more bite-sized tips, get a sneak peek of my latest book, Work Well, Play More, Productive, Clutter-Free, Healthy Living, One Step at a Time. It's 1 year behavior change in productivity, clutter, and health in novice, pro, and master levels. It's waiting for you at helloraderco.com/gift.